Hey everyone, Mr. Browning M1911 here, and today I got a little review of something different. Everyone I see, talks about MREs and rations, different rations, survival rations, C rations, MCIs, going back all the way to World War II on K-rats, D-rats. But one thing, I haven't noticed much on are the fuel tabs. So I'm just going to kind of go over both some military issued fuel tabs and of course civilian made fuel tabs and things that service members would have used in the field back in the day, and even service members may still be using certain fuel even today for heating rations and whatnot. But what I'm going to be going over here is, like, here I have a very old ration heating tab here. This is fuel ration heating individual hexamine, and this is an original military. I just do not know what year it was issued, but it has the old style military stock number on it, and not like the stock numbers we have today. So I'm willing to bet this is probably from the 50s. Hopefully the hexamine tablets inside still work. Here is a civilian hexamine tablet container. It's got plastic instead of the metal here. So these are fairly new. And then of course here are some more hexamine tabs. And then of course you have here your field compressed trioxane. Now I have two different types here. Okay, here I have the smaller box, and you get less of a fuel tab in here. It's just a little kind of rectangular shaped fuel tab. And then of course you get your much larger fuel tabs. These are from 2004. These ones I'm not sure what year they're from. And then here I have the diethylene glycol. This is the gel. Cool thing about these, they come with a heater stove. So you get 3 in a pack. And then you get this little folding stove that folds out into the shape of a canteen. The directions here, they look like they were copied and then put out there, but so you get yourself a nice little folding stove. Okay, and that's, and then I have these German Esbit tablets, the big thick ones. And so basically what we're going to do as part of this video is we're going to utilize each set of these tabs to find out how long it takes just to heat up a canteen cup of water. And stay with us, and we will be right back, and we'll get everything going here. Thank you much. Hey, and we're back here, and the first fuel tabs that we're going to use are, we're going to try the older fuel tabs, the fuel ration heating individual hexamine. Okay, and we're just going to go over the directions here. It says keep tablets dry. Stand 2 tablets on edge, preferably as on a dry surface, in a trench about 3 by 4 by 3 inches deep. Protect from wind. Well, we have our wind guard there. And I'm going to be using a folding stove here, so because we can't dig a trench out here. Ignite tablets, and then place cup or can near one end of the trench to control draft. So basically this is supposed to be out in the field. You dig yourself a little hole to use these tabs. Okay. If these tabs, oh wow, these tabs are all breaking apart. They're pretty old, so okay. There we go. Oh wow, they're just breaking and everything. So these tabs just may not work. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand these tabs up, okay, we're going to stand these tabs up as per the directions. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the extra material down in here. Alrighty. Alright. Well, I was going to use matches, but since we have more of a windy day today, I'm cheating. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and light this. What I have here also is a canteen with half canteen of water, and I did take a temperature prior to this. The water is at 68 degrees. Okay, and we're going to time this to just see how fast, if these older tabs will work. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get these lit. Alrighty, they have changed color. Oh wow, they lit fast. Wow, that is amazing. So we're going to get our water on here. And yeah, for as old as those things are, they lit pretty doggone fast. I'm amazed. Ooh, I can smell them. Ooh, wow.
Oh man.
Yeah. Look at how big that flame is getting. Okay. So apparently these things are working. And I do have, of course, the stove on a metal sheet here, so I don't like burn down the backyard here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead, pause the video, and when we get to the time of boiling, we're going to mark down the time and take a temperature, and we'll let you know how fast these tabs worked, and then we'll move on to the next tabs. Thank you much. Okay, it's been about 7 minutes now, and both the tabs are now out, basically, and these two tabs, as per the directions on the container, got the water in 7 minutes only to 145 degrees, and so that's not good.
And that wasn't cold water. I was starting at 68 degrees.
Yeah, so we started at 68 and it didn't do very well. But what can you expect from much older hexamine tabs? And boy, let me tell you, these things stunk. All right, but this is how we're going to be doing this. Just grab that and okay. So we're going to set that there. We're going to let that cool down, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another canteen cup here, half a canteen cup. From the same water. Okay, there we go. So it should be 68 degrees. Yep, temperature's coming down. 68 degrees. Yep, okay. So we got 68 degrees there. And I'm going to go ahead empty out the charred remains here. Okay, so that's the older hexamine. So what I'm going to use here next is the field compressed trioxane ration heating. And the directions here: do not remove wrapper until ready to use, of course. Place and burn entire bar approximately 2 inches below vessel being heated. Protect from wind. So pretty much the same directions as the last one. Okay. So we have to use an entire bar here in this case. And this bar is falling apart too. But that's something that you get with hexamine and trioxane. So there's your trioxane bar. Oops, sorry.
Same color as your glove.
Yep, same color as my gloves. Okay. Now, one thing that I have noticed, I have a bunch of trioxane bars that I've had for over 20 years. I have found out that they deteriorate over time, and they will turn into a powder, and you can't use it anymore. So you got to be very careful. In actuality, I do not know how old these are. So we will see exactly. And again, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use a lighter. Wow, that lit fast too. Okay, so we're going to get our cup on there. And we're going to see just how fast it takes. And we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back here. Well, the trioxane bar just did not seem to work very well. And that was just a single bar. We got to just about 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and you can clearly see the entire trioxane bar is gone, and it only heated the water to about 90 degrees. So there's no carbon on the bottom or anything of that nature. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and utilize oh yeah, that's nice and cold now. Okay, I'm going to utilize the next trioxane bar, the bigger ones. Okay, and again we're going to do 68 degree water.
Yeah, it had promise. It was burning really hot with a blue flame. It just burned out really quick.
Yeah, it's, I mean, if you were to purchase those bars, from what we can tell, you would have to purchase quite a bit just to
Yeah, you'd probably need at least 3 from looking at that.
Okay, so here we have the bigger one. Now the directions on this one, okay, of course, again, do not remove wrapper until ready to use. Remove any loose powder from tablet before igniting. Place and burn 1/3 of the bar or more, approximately 2 inches below vessel being heated. Okay, so the directions are saying 1/3 of the bar, and that's really what the size of those smaller bars are, is about 1/3 of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use half of this bar. Okay, now if anybody's wondering why I'm wearing nitrile gloves, okay, one of the things is that hexamine, trioxane, you do not want it to touch your skin. Okay, your body actually absorbs this stuff in pretty quickly. So, oh my God, these were made in 2004. So this tells you, and that's not even half the bar there. Hopefully I can still, I mean, most of this is crystallized already. Okay, well, I might get a little bit more than half. Okay, so there we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and light. There we go. Sheet lit up real fast, and we're getting a nice blue flame down there. So we'll put this cup on here, and we're going to go ahead and let that run, and we'll be right back and let you know exactly how long it took and what the temperature was. Hey guys, we came back just for this one here. Look at the flame. I don't know, you should be able to see the flame. This is just burning wildly, almost out of control. I can feel I can feel heat right here. Okay, this is amazing. Now again, granted, this is a little bit more than 1/2 of a trioxane bar. So, but we're gonna see. It should bring it up. What's the time on it right now?
We're at minute 40.
Minute 40. Okay, we're already starting to get some bubbles down there at the bottom. Not very many, but there are some. Okay, but yeah, you can see how this flame is just really roaring. So it's quite possible trioxane bars might be your best bet if you ever get out there and you need to use some type of fuel source.
We'll just have to wait and
these,
see.
Yeah, and these
Unless
things
it burns out quick.
Right, and these things light very quickly, so they're a great fire starter too. And they stay lit. Oh, well, okay, the flame has gone down. Oh, wow, no. Okay, we're going to stay going here. What I'm going to do here is you can still see a flame, but I'm going to lift the canteen cup out of the way just to show you something. got a bee around here. And voila. There's nothing left. I mean, it's just residual material that is just burning.
What's the temp?
Yeah, we're going to check the temperature here. It does feel pretty hot.
Yeah, flame's out.
Okay,
Flame was out at
you know what?
2 minutes
Get
and
out of
50
here, bee.
2 minutes and 50 seconds. The flame went totally out.
Okay, this one got us up to, get the hell out of here. About 102 degrees. And how much time you said?
2 minutes and 50 seconds.
2 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay. So the way I'm starting to see this is that these things are like the trioxane bars. We're being invaded by bees here. Photobombed by a bee. Okay, he's out of the way for now. What these are starting to look like more like are fire starters rather than fuel tabs. Okay, so again,
Unless you use a lot of them.
yeah, in that respect, you're going to have to use a lot of fuel tabs. Let's go ahead and get started on the next one here. What we are going to utilize are the more modern hexamine. These are the civilian hexamine. Okay, you can clearly see they're not breaking. These are fairly new. And we're just going to go ahead and stand them on end like the directions say. Alright. Okay, that one lit pretty good. Yep, okay. And that one lit pretty good. And we will go, it doesn't even look like it lit. But the other one might light it up. There we go. Alright. So the directions say, 2 hexamine tabs. And we'll go ahead and time that, and we'll be back, and we'll let you know if it boiled, and if it didn't, what time it stopped at. Okay, we've just done the hexamine tablets, the more current hexamine tabs. And, well, we got to about 6 minutes, and these ones didn't even last as long as the old military issue hexamines. Okay? But we did get up to about 140 degrees. Yeah. 140 degrees is all we got. So again, if you're going to want to use fuel tabs, you're going to have to get a lot of these too. Especially, or if you want to use the hexamine fuel tabs. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take that off there. Oh, I got to put my glove on here. This glove is actually orange, it's not pink. Huh? Ah, looks like I got one ember in there that's still kind of going. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Yeah, she's out now. Okay. Okay, dump that out on the concrete there. Oh, look at the blue that's been left behind here. I probably should have put some aluminum foil down, but I didn't realize it. Okay. That's okay. Well, the next item I'm going to use here, I have never used these yet. So, basically the directions for these are a little bit different. Okay. Here it says, Murphy says, luck is the residue of planning. Directions, squeeze out gel and light. Fill canteen cup with water. Suspend canteen cup. Alright. Normally you'd cut a slit in the top here and then you'd squeeze it out and you use this as your base and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go get some aluminum foil. So we'll be right back. And I'm going to put aluminum foil on the bottom here, and then I can get the gel out, and we're going to just see how the gel works. I will be right back. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this open, and we're just going to go ahead and squeeze the gel out. Uh-oh. Trying to grip it right so I can cut it. There we go. Got a little gel on the knife, but that'll clean off. Okay. It's a nice clear gel.
Looks like hand sanitizer.
It does look like hand sanitizer, but you definitely don't want to get this stuff on your hands. Get it all squeezed out there. Wow, yeah, even when it gets on the gloves, it starts to feel weird. Other than that, okay. So we got our gel out. Oh, there's that little bee again. Where'd he go? Okay. All right, so now I got to fill up the canteen with water because this one's still warm. Okay. It's lit. Okay. And we'll go ahead and put our canteen on up there, and we'll do the same over again. And we'll be back and let you know exactly when it is either burned up or if it has brought the water to a boil. Be back. All right, what we're going to show you, or what we're showing you here, is exactly the pile of blob goop that's in there. And see how it is burning? It stays white. You can see definitely the sparks, you know, of certain parts of the gel burning and everything else.
It's burning really hot.
But yeah, that thing is burning really hot. How many minutes have we?
210 right now.
We're at 210. Let's just go ahead and take a quick temperature check here. Oh wow, I can feel that heat. Okay. It's not all that hot, but it's doing well. But you can clearly see that the gel is not just burning away like the trioxane or the hexamine. Alright, well, we're going to let it continue burning here, taking the time, and we'll get back with you here. Thank you much. Okay, we're at about 9.5 minutes now, and we still have a good pile of the gel left down there, and we are getting a nice boil going here. I need to put my glove on here to at least hold the thermometer in there. Okay, but we have a boil right now. Okay. Oh yeah, she's going up.
Now we're at 10.5 minutes right now, and it's still burning.
Mm-hmm. So we're just at a little over 190 degrees right now, and bubbles are just blowing up down there. But we got a pretty good boil going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the cup away, and you can still see there's still a lot of gel left for burning. The thing is, though, yeah, it does take over 10 minutes. Now, kind of in a way, this would not be really fair because I don't have a cover on any of these. I didn't put a cover on any of the canteens when I'm using any of the different fuel sources, and I only did that to be able to take temperature readings and whatnot, because it's the only way I have here. But I could have put a cover on there. Also, not a lot of people out there in the real world will have a cover for their cups or anything like that. Not everybody's using a canteen cup. They might be using some kind of cup from, you know, a civilian style cup from a camping store or anything of that nature. They might be using the titanium cups. I know REI sells a bunch of the titanium ones that are like $30 to $40 just for you to burn and destroy. But yeah, and the boil is starting to go down now. So this thingy here,
But technically, it's still burning, and we're over 12 minutes.
yeah. I don't know if I could actually put another one on and just see if it boils, but I doubt it.
That stuff will make some great fire starter, though, as long as it burns.
Yeah, this is pretty great. I really like it. And it's actually turning into a powder. You can see the residue down there. It's turning into a powder, which is a lot better than, well, say like the trioxane bars that left the kind of bluish, purplish mess on my cooking sheet. But this gel is slowly dying out. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to go ahead and pause the video and let this die out, and then I'll get the German Esbit tabs out and see how they do. Thanks for watching. Alright, here's our final test for today. We're going to be using the German Esbit tab, and they say you can break these down, you know, into fours and stuff like that. I'm just going to leave it as is. Stick the whole tab in there and hope for the best. Now, interestingly enough, the gel that we just did, it was completely powder. Okay, and I was able to pour it out, and in actuality, I'm just going to show you here. It didn't even leave any kind of burn on the aluminum foil in there. It did leave some powder residue or crystallization residue there, but it's not even a burn. That's neat. And how far did that continue burning? It was what, 13 minutes?
Yeah.
13 minutes it continued burning. So one thing is, all of these are outstanding fire starting material. Yep, she's lit. Okay, and you know, if you have to start a fire with one of these things, you know, a small campfire or whatnot, and cook your food that way or anything like that. But you know, if you live in an area where open flames are restricted, you know, open fires, pit fires, or anything like that, these Esbit stoves or these fuel tabs. This one kind of did not stay lit. Okay, looks like it's staying lit now. Yep, she's lit. Now we'll go ahead and put our 1945 canteen cup on here. And we started the stopwatch, and we will come back and let you know what the results are. Okay, well, that was the German Esbit tab, and it has finally burned out. And what we found out here is after 11 minutes, it got the water up to 160 degrees. Now, granted, out of all of these heating tabs and heating gels and whatnot, we're not here in laboratory conditions and stuff like that. So we're out here in the real world. We got the wind, you know, we've got the elements and everything else. So, and again, you know, I don't have a cover for it. In the future here, we're going to do another video with these tabs, some other types of heating sources and whatnot, and we are going to use a lid on those and whatnot. But this just shows what it takes. So the SBIT tab here lasted 11 minutes, and it only got the water to 160 degrees. So out of all of these different tablets, I can definitely tell you the trioxine were the worst. Okay, if you want to use trioxine, that's great, but I'm willing to bet, even if we did have a lid, they wouldn't have even lasted long enough to boil the water. Okay. The civilian version of the hexamine, it did burn for quite a while. What was it, about 8 minutes? And it didn't even get the water heated past 145 degrees.
Yeah, both the hexamines ended at about 140 degrees.
This one here, though, surprised me a lot. This one here is the military. Like I said, these ones here are so old. I was really surprised that they even lit. But again, they didn't even get the water past 145 degrees. But that's okay. But this one here that I really liked, the diethylene glycol, it burned clean, and the residue was clean. That was really nice.
And it burned for a long time.
Yeah.
And they got the water actually at a low boil.
Yeah, it took it up to 190 degrees. And then the SBIT tabs, they were second. So in reality, without a lid, you'd have to use at least 2 of these to get up to the boiling point. But even though we didn't get a boiling out of some of these, again, we got the water heated up just enough, have a warm drink, tea, coffee, hot cocoa, whatever, and that works fine too. But you definitely are not going to be able to boil questionable water with these unless you probably have a lid.
Or you use a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, so like I said, the trioxine, it's not even worth it. No wonder they sell them so cheap these days now. Well, and that's our little spiel on solid fuel tabs and gel. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope we were as informative as possible. Again, like I said, I'm going to do another video in the future. Hopefully we'll be up in the mountains when we do it, so that we can show the difference of what the environment effects can be on solid fuel tabs. Alright, this is Mr. Browning M1911, out.